Hey y'all, welcome back to Lunch at Uncle Jason's. It's summer's full blown here in Alabama and it's hot as blue blazes. But I have a hankering for some gumbo. So I'm going to make a shrimp, chicken, and sausage gumbo today. And I've got everything out and we're going to get started. In this pot over here, you can see it. This is just a pot. I'm getting hot. I'm getting the water boiling. I'm going to boil my rice. I got 4 cups of water. I'm put some salt in here. I'm going to put 2 cups of rice in there when it gets boiling. Cut it down very, very low. Cover it and let it go for 20 minutes. But meanwhile, in this pot right here, I have some oil, a cup of oil, and I have right here a cup of flour. I'm going to put this flour into this oil and brown it until it becomes a dark chocolate color roux. That's how I like my roux to be for my gumbo. I want them real dark. Now, like if we were doing an etouffee, it would be sort of like a copper color. And if you were doing like a gravy for like sausage gravy or tomato gravy, you may want a lighter colored roux for that. But we're going to get this heated up and get it started, and I'll come right back and we'll see where we're at. Alright y'all, I'm back. This oil is getting hot. Now if I get out of the camera or something, this is a weird angle for me, so y'all just bear with me. But my oil's getting hot, and I'm just going to add this 1 cup of flour directly into it. Now, I'm going to cook this. I'm going to cook it on a medium-high heat. If you're not used to cooking a roux, let me tell you the rules of a roux. You cut the phone off, you don't answer the door, you have somebody else in the house that'll tend to the baby, because if you leave this and walk away, it's probably going to burn on you. And once you start seeing the little black specks in there or something like that, your roux's gone. There's no need to try to do anything for that after you let it burn. So keep your eye on it and start it out on like a medium, a little less than medium heat, and you just got to stand here y'all and keep this stirred. You want to keep it stirred and never let it stick to the bottom at all. Don't let that happen. And just, you'll see, and this is something I love watching. I love watching the roux change colors. I love seeing the different shades start to form on it. And y'all, if you've never smelt a roux cooking, you don't know what you're missing. It makes the whole house smell like home. That's what I say. It makes the whole house just smell like home. It's an awesome aroma that's going to fill your house. And to me, y'all, it doesn't matter what time of year it is. It's never a wrong time for gumbo. I mean, I could eat gumbo every day. And my rice has started boiling. My water started boiling for my rice. So I'm just going to dump this rice directly in here. And I am leaving my gumbo, my roux for a second. Don't do as I do, do as I say. That's one of those things. So I'm going to multitask here for a second, and I'm going to just stir my rice around, and I'm going to bring the water back to a boil again, cut it down low, and I'm going to set it there for about 20 minutes to cook, and then my rice should be done. Y'all know how to cook rice. But other than that, y'all, I'm just going to get this roux going, and I'm going to get it stirring. I think y'all can see down in the pot pretty good. You see what color it is now? It's already changed colors. It's sort of a tan color now. This is what you call a tan roux, of course. So I'm going to let this go, and I'll be right back. Alright y'all, I just wanted to show you where we're at right here. This has come up to a more tan than it was a while ago. It's a lighter brown, and it's starting to get a little thick on the bottom. So at this point, if you have to leave it for just a second, or two, you can, but I try not to leave it at all because this will mess up on you in a minute. So try your best not to leave it if you don't have to. Especially if you're not used to making a roux. You know, if this is, you're new to doing it, just stay with it. But as you see in the pot right there, you can see how I can pull it and it's leaving streaks. So it's getting there. We'll be right back. Alright y'all, I'm back, and you see this roux right here has turned to a chocolate color. See that? And y'all, this is hot as fire, so don't get this on you, please. Keep the kids away from the stove, everything, and it's starting to smoke a little. And that's what you want. You want it to start to smoke. So this is almost where I want it. I want it just a little bit darker. But y'all, a lot of people shy away from making stuff like this anymore, and the art of it is leaving us, and I hate to see that. But it's not hard. It's just you got to watch it. If it looks like your roux's getting away from you, pull your pot off the stove and set it somewhere and let it cool down a little bit. That's all you got to do. It's not nothing just scary to make. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Make it. Try it. Okay, this has been going right here, and like I said, I cook mine up a little higher than most people would. This is taking me probably about 10 minutes, 15 to get it to this color right here, because my rice isn't even done, and I have it on it's got 14 more minutes on my rice, so it's not ready. It's not really been that long at all. Okay, y'all see this? This is about where I want my roux. That dark chocolate, real chocolate colored, I guess you would say. It's not really a dark chocolate, but it's a chocolate color. Now what I'm going to do is add my trinity. Now if you don't know what trinity is, it is celery, bell peppers, and onion. And I have red bell peppers, green bell peppers. I have some onion and celery in here. So what this does is it's going to really add great flavor, but it's going to stop this roux from browning on you. So now it's going to also form, if you can see in the bottom of the pot right there, it's already forming what we call a gratin. And that gratin is flavor, y'all. That you want that to form on the bottom of your pot. And I'm going to let this cook for a few minutes, probably about 5 minutes maybe at the most, and let these trinity, I'll get my words out in a minute, I'm old, y'all bear with me. I'm going to let the trinity get kind of soft in here, and we'll be right back. Alright y'all, these have cooked for about 5 minutes. And I want to show you how I do my rice. I don't take the lid off my rice ever. I just take it, kind of go around and around like that, and let it stir itself a little bit, because you don't want that steam to get out of your pot no more than it already is going to do. But can y'all see that beautiful gratin that's formed on the bottom of that pot? That's where your flavor's at right there. Okay. So the rule of doing this is, if you got a hot roux, you want cold liquid. If you got a cold roux, you want hot liquid. So I got a hot roux, and I got room temperature or cold chicken stock. That was a half a box I had from something else. And I got one more box right here. And I'm going to dump, I know I'm going to need it, so I'm going to dump all of this in here. And if I have to, I can put a little water in it in a little bit to thin it out some more if I have to. And right now I'm going to cut my eye back up. And while you're doing this, guys, be sure you're scraping the bottom of your pot to get that gratin up. You want all that flavor loose from the bottom of your pan, so it's in your gumbo. And I'm telling you, that's where a lot of your flavor is going to come from right there. And then your gumbo may look a little lumpy right here. Just take the back of your spoon or whisk. You can whisk this if you want to, and kind of mush it up. It'll come loose. And this is going to thicken this up real good. And if I have to, I'll just add some water until it gets to the consistency I like, which is, you want it a little, you don't want it like a thick brown gravy, but you want it to where it'll coat the back of your spoon. If you've done that, it would stay on the back of your spoon. That's what you want, and this will thicken up as it sits here and cooks. So while this is cooking and getting ready, we'll be right back. All right, y'all. This has cooked probably for about 15 minutes. And the vegetables are nice and soft. They still have a little bite to them. I don't want it to be mushy because I want to taste them. But I want to show you this, how I said this would coat the back of a spoon. See that? See how it coated the back of that spoon? That's what you're looking for. You don't want it too thick where it's gloopy, but you want it to be able to coat the back of a spoon. And if that's a little too thick for you, add you a little water. Because I'm going to tell you, somebody's going to say, that ain't authentic Louisiana Cajun gumbo. Nope, it's not. But I can tell you this. It's an authentic Jason Haywood gumbo. This is how I like mine. This is how I cook it. So you do you. Don't be scared. Change it up. Put in it what you want in it. You can make a vegetable gumbo. There's some gumbo that's called Gumbo's the Herbs. You can just they put collard greens in it, spinach. It might be good. I had never tried it. I want my authentic Jason Haywood gumbo. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start adding some seasoning. I'm going to add about a half a teaspoon of black pepper. I'm going to add about a half a tablespoon of Tony's. I'm going to add about a half a tablespoon of Italian seasoning. And this right here is going to be about a tablespoon of onion powder and garlic powder. And I think I did that backwards, but it's the same thing. About a tablespoon of onion powder and garlic powder. And I may put just another teaspoon of Tony's in there. And this is going to season up our gumbo. And as you see, as it cooks, this is actually getting thicker. And it does that, and that's fine. So see, this is where I said you want to keep your eye on it. So I got some water over here, and I want this just a little bit thinner. So I'm going to put about a half a cup of water in there, just to thin it up just a little bit. Because, you know, gumbo, you don't want it thick. At least I don't. Okay, in this pan where I had my rice cooking, I'm going to brown my chicken. I just took my chicken breast, and again, you make it your own. If you want thighs, use thighs. I like chicken breast in mine, but I cut them up about like that. It's 2 boneless and skinless chicken breasts. It's 2 boneless, skinless chicken breasts that I just diced up. I cut the fat off of it. Okay. And let that sit there and brown, because I want my chicken at least to have some color to it. Okay, and I am going to taste this to taste for my seasonings to see where I'm at there. And I'm going to add, so this will probably be about a tablespoon and a half, a tablespoon and 3/4 of Tony's I'm going to add, because I wanted a little more kick to it. And I'm also going to add probably about another teaspoon of Italian seasoning. Okay, so while our chicken browns and this simmers, we'll be right back. All right, y'all. This is still browning, and now I'm fixing to add a couple of more things that I like to add to my gumbo. And right here is some fresh out of the garden okra that I sliced up. Actually, I sliced this up yesterday. I'm going to use a whole quart bag. Some people don't like okra in their gumbo. I love it. I could eat okra on a flip-flop and it'd be good to me. And I got right here another controversial ingredient that I like, canned tomatoes. Just a whole can of diced tomatoes I'm going to put in there. And like I said, it's all to taste. You do you. Cook it like you like it. And as you see, I added this okra. This started getting a little bit thicker already. So, once again, I'm going to add a little more water. I'm going to add another half a cup of water. And we'll see where we're at on that. But, and as far as the spices go, y'all, I like I said, I did pepper, salt, Tony's, Italian, garlic powder, and onion powder. If you want to add something different, you go right ahead. And if this was my mama cooking this, you would have probably about a tablespoon and a half of cayenne pepper in it, because mama liked her gumbo very spicy. I like mine spicy too, but I don't want my food to hurt me. So, and again, on the thickness, you do you. And get it as thick or as thin as you want to. And if you don't want to add water, I'm adding about, that was another cup of water right there, because that okra does get it thicker. You could add chicken stock instead of water to give it extra flavor. I've just always added water. So I'm going to let this boil for a little bit, let this chicken brown up, and then we'll come back and put our meats in it. And then it's going to simmer for a while, and we'll be able to eat. See you in a minute. Alright, y'all. This chicken has gotten brown as I want it. I don't want it, you don't want it brown. You don't want to try to get it done. You're just wanting to get a little color on it. And y'all see that in the bottom of that pan. I don't want to lose that. So I'm going to add just a little bit of water and scrape all that up off the bottom, because that is good flavor right there. And I want all that back in my pot. Okay, so my chicken's in, and now I'm going to put, I have a pound of Andouille sausage right here. I've cut up into little thin slices. And if you can get Savoy's Andouille sausage, that's the best to me. I really like it. This right here is my second choice. This is called Raging Cajun. And I got a medium heat Andouille. So we're going to bring this up to a boil. I'm going to let it simmer, let that sausage get good and done. And we're going to come back and I'm going to add some shrimp to my pot. These are the little small, medium, peeled and deveined shrimp I'm going to add in. So give me another little minute and we'll come back and add them shrimp, and our rice is done, then we'll eat. Alright, y'all, this is cooked for probably about 10 minutes. I'm going to add my shrimp in, and these shrimps are already cooked, so what I'm really doing is just heating them through. I have washed them and made sure all the shell was gone, and you know, all that good stuff. The sausage in there is already, the kind I got is already cooked, so it's it don't take that long for that to happen. Now if you get a sausage that has to cook all the way, you're going to have to let it cook for a little while. I'm going to move my rice right here. I got my bowl ready, and I'm going to let this simmer for just a second or two, and we're going to come back and eat some of it. I want to appreciate everybody for coming on, watching, And all the comments, the likes, the shares, everything that y'all have done it means a lot. It really does. I love y'all so much, and I appreciate everything you're doing for the channel. And for those of you who have bought my cookbook, thank you, thank you, thank you. That means the world to me. I really do appreciate that more than you know. I really do. I don't make a lot off of those cookbooks. To be quite honest with y'all, I make very little. I got it set to the lowest profit price on that site as I can, because that site is it's for, I don't know what to say. It's not for somebody who's wanting to just sell it like from a real publishing company. It's a real publishing company, but they are very expensive. I'm just going to say that. They're very expensive, and I wish it was a little cheaper. And hopefully down the road I can find another publisher on some of my other ones and get those printed through somebody else that'll be a little cheaper. But I'm going to let this shrimp cook, and when we come back this time, we're going to eat. Hang on. All right, y'all. It's tasting time. I got my bowl of rice right here, and I'm going to get some of this gumbo, and it is good and hot too, y'all. And I'm just going to ladle it right over the top. I want some of that juice. Definitely. Look at that. If that ain't a bowl of goodness, I don't know what is, y'all. Let's give it a taste. I want to get a little bit of everything. Some chicken, sausage, okra, tomatoes, everything. I want to get it all if I can. Might not be able to. We're going to give it our best shot. Alright, as the Cajuns say, it's time to mange. Y'all, there's nothing more comforting than a good bowl of gumbo. And I know, like I said, it's summertime right now here in Alabama, and it's hot as a firecracker outside. But I could eat this any time of year, any time of day. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner. I could seriously eat gumbo. I hope y'all try this recipe, and please subscribe to my channel, like the video, and share it, comment. And all comments are welcome. I had my first hater the other day, y'all. They told me my squash dressing looked like a soggy mess. But you know, I appreciate that comment, because that helps get my channel saying folks is commenting on it. So I appreciate it. I know everybody, my cooking ain't for everybody, and everybody else's cooking ain't for me. But don't think it hurts my feelings at all. I work at a high school lunchroom. They ain't too much of nothing nobody can say that's going to hurt my feelings that I haven't already heard before. So we hear it all. But in the link, in the bio of my YouTube page, you can find the links to my Pinterest page to get my cookbooks. And I appreciate everybody that's already got them. And till next time, y'all enjoy and be blessed. Love y'all.